Haku is a real shooter, right, Teddy?
That's right.
He is like one of the most amazingly tough human beings and very sweet that I've ever met. And his sons were schooled by him and for years in Japan. So their style of wrestling is that whole like Bullet Club, real tough, kick-ass style. And they are absolutely perfect to join the Bloodline.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to an all-new...
Wait a minute. Eddie Cheslock took that. That's Richmond, Virginia. Eddie Cheslock was my photographer who used to take pictures there every week in Richmond, Virginia with that brick wall. I think since Mac...
Teddy, he's talking about the picture behind you. It took me a second to see what he was doing.
Yeah. Eddie Cheslock took that.
Not that I wasn't trying to say welcome to the show. This is the Wrestling Time Machine. I'm your host, Mac Davis, along with my WWE Hall of Famer co-host, Mr. Teddy Long, and of course our other co-host, pro wrestling journalist, legendary Mr. Bill Apter. Hey, Bill, how you doing, brother?
Well, thank you again. Like Lou Albano would say, I'm a legend in my own mind, brother.
Teddy, you got a new background going, brother.
Well, I'm in my new place here, and I got no furniture in this particular room, so I've got everything but this. So next week I'll have my desk and everything. But I thought about some guys that would be real good to put back there, so I just got me some Scotch tape and did the old school, and I taped Doom.
It's funny. Somebody asked me about how your screen is always kind of crooked looking. And I explained to him, I said, well, if you watch Batman in the old days, the TV series, the villains always had the tilted screen. So that kind of tells you who Teddy Long really is. So
wait a minute, did you say Scotch tape or Scotch?
Scotch.
Okay, all right.
Listen, Bill, let me explain one thing to you. You know, you're still having that one-man show at SICW, and I'm the only guest that you have, and I can still back out, so you better try and be nice to me.
Well, I heard from Herb Simmons, the promoter of that event, that Medusa is going to tell an incriminating story about she and I, which is in my book. So,
Uh-oh.
Well,
it'll be very...
But, you know, I was with her over the weekend. We flew together, stayed at the same hotel and everything, and she's what a wonderful person, man. That's a nice woman, man.
Hey,
really.
Teddy, let me ask you a quick question. Hang on, just a second, Bill.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Teddy, let me ask you a question. The moment that you were on stage with Medusa during the draft, CM Punk came out, gave you a hug, and y'all were like, "Hey, man, how's it going?" The same didn't happen with Medusa. Was that a planned moment, or was that just something that happened? What was that all about?
It was just something that happened. That wasn't that nobody talked about.
Yeah, you see a lot of people online that started saying it looked very uncomfortable, like she didn't want to be touched by him, and it was like, I don't know what that was. So.
Well, I did see them talk. I don't know whether they talked about that or not, but I mean, my thing was just right out of the blue too. You know, he come and and yes, yeah.
Yeah, would you, Mac? Would you want a Punk touching you?
No. No. Hey, by the way, Bill,
he's got Medusa. He's got Nia Jax. Who else is he hiding?
I want to mention Tanga Loa has joined now. His brother in Tanga in WWE, and of course that's Haku. That's two boys of Haku's now sitting inside the WWE. You know he's got to be a proud papa. Teddy, what do you think about that thing? Adding him in there now.
Oh, well, yeah, man. I mean, what a great choice. I mean, that was a good decision there. And like you said, Haku is certainly proud, man. Any man, to sit back and, and watch his sons do what he did, all of his life, and they become successful at it, man. You have to be proud. So good luck to them, man.
Bill, were you surprised to see him pop out?
No, not at all. Haku had told me a few weeks ago, WrestleMania area at the hotel, that look out, his boys might be coming soon. And if you really think about this, it's a great choice because Haku is a real shooter. Right, Teddy?
That's right.
He is like one of the most amazingly tough human beings and very sweet that I've ever met. And his sons were schooled by him and for years in Japan. So their style of wrestling is that whole like Bullet Club, real tough, kick-ass style. And they are absolutely perfect to join the Bloodline. And I understand there is more coming.
That wouldn't surprise me. I think that's the only place the story could go. It needs to be almost an invasion of the family coming into WWE. That would make the storyline so much better, at least for me. And maybe get to the point where we finally get to see Rikishi, Teddy.
Well, the other thing about that, too, I was just thinking what you guys saying, you know, like Bill just said, there's more coming. That's great because now you need to get your top baby faces ready. You know what I mean? So you can, you know, start going after these guys. You know what I mean? Make things interesting and start selling tickets. And you put the right guys in there, man. They'll have some hell of a matches and they'll have people interested in wanting to come and see them.
They got to be the type. They got to be the type of wrestlers that the fans are going to believe how freaking tough they are. To get them over, they've got to be really tough. They can't be, you know, I'm a bad guy and just come out and kick and
the main word, Bill, and you know this for yourself. All they got to do is sell.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Hey, look, while we're talking about the boys, let's talk about their daddy, Haku, real fast. I'm curious. Bill, look here. When we have people like Brock Lesnar, and you think about people like Haku, who is truly the badass of the two? Are they two different characters, or are they both just tough animals?
Well, they're both tough animals. I mean, Brock Lesnar more so in the UFC arena, but I've seen Haku handle fights in bars, and Teddy probably has too, where there have been 4 or 5 tough guys just ganging up on him, and he's like one of those kung fu movies. He just destroys him. Yeah, I saw him put his fist through a wall at a Howard Johnson's restaurant on 51st Street and Broadway in New York when he got angry at somebody, and they moved out of the way, and his hand went right through the wall.
Oh dear Lord!
You don't want to piss him off.
Well, no, I wouldn't think you ever want to. But I'm curious, if he got in a fight with Brock Lesnar, who do you think would win? I still think Haku. Every story I've ever heard of Haku, Teddy, you know him probably better than Bill and I. Haku, he is a badass.
Well, so is Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but I pick Haku.
I think I'd pick Haku too. I think maybe the street smarts, maybe more.
Right. Haku's a street fighter.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar is a trained fighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Haku is a street fighter.
You see, the way Haku was trained, there's no way you can beat him.
Yeah.
The stories of Haku are very, very true. Is he probably the baddest man ever shoot legit fighter in the wrestling business?
I think. Well, Ming was another tough one.
Yeah.
Ming.
Yes.
No, well, that's Haku. So I mean,
Right.
Haku and Ming are one and the same. Yeah. So
in person, same person. But Barbarian, also same thing.
I have heard Barbarian was pretty badass too.
Super nice guy, but if you tick him off, right, Teddy? I mean, he's another one who has a very short fuse.
I was laughing at you guys. You guys caught that. I was laughing. I'm sitting here and talking about call the same guy named 2 times or something. I'm telling you. My bad.
Hey, trust me, I wasn't going to give you any shit, although you would give me shit.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm entitled to mistakes. And
that's right.
I'm like, oh, shit, I'm talking about the same guy. Man, what is wrong with you?